Hey guys, welcome to Recipes of Hope. My name is Buntakuth. I'm here with Chef Chaz and Canokie Dave, founder of Canokie Foods. Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about Recipes of Hope?
So Recipes of Hope is, we come to Liaison College and we have Chaz, he's the head chef here, and he's helping us we're making different variations of recipes that we use our Everythang sauce with. So Everythang sauce is not just to put on your steak or make your chicken wings with or your sausage. We're gonna do different recipes that are uncommon things you would think of that you can use Everythang sauce with. So today we're gonna do a frybread recipe where we make a pizza with it. So then after that, we take that recipe, we make about 100 portions of it, and we go out and there's folks out in Ferguson Station in Hamilton, Ontario, and we go out with them and we go feed. We just go with them and we see what they're doing and we talk to folks and we see what's going on. And Canokie Foods was founded to support You Matter Incorporated, which is a nonprofit we have that does complex trauma and addictions work here in Hamilton.
Well, I'm here, and you're going to see very shortly as we're going to go get changed after this and head on into the kitchen. You're going to see my aspect of this, where we make all this great pan-fried pizza come together and work out. So come on, follow us in, and let's get this started. Today here we have just some shredded mozzarella and some good, where did this chorizo sausage come from?
This chorizo sausage is the chorizo pizza topping sausage from Al's. It's over off of Camden, downtown Hamilton. Great company, great meats they process, and this is their chorizo pizza topping.
So not only are we making recipes, we're going to take this, we're going to feed some people that are in need of it.
Yeah, most definitely.
And most definitely those that are in need.
Every week on Wednesday, there's a group of people going to Ferguson Station, downtown Hamilton, and they bring food out, and folks come and get some food. They got groceries for them, and they're doing a great thing, and we just want to be part of it every once in a while, whenever we can.
Awesome. Okay, well, who wants to go first? What are we doing?
All right, so first we need to make up the fry bread. So we have our 2 cups of flour, okay? We'll put that in a nice sifter. Then we have our 2 teaspoons of baking powder, okay? We put that right on top of the flour there. And we're gonna, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt is also in there. We're just gonna sift this through, nice. And why I put this all together and sift it all together is so it gets a nice incorporation. So then that way, the salt, the baking powder, everything's in there. Ooh, so we sift this up. It's all nice and beautiful. We're gonna add just a little titch of oil to this. Okay, so just a nice little helping of oil. If you need a measurement, normally it's probably about a tablespoon of oil. Okay, so I put my oil in there. I just give this a little mix like such. And then what I'm gonna do is once I've made this a little mix like such, I'm gonna make a little well in the middle here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of water at a time. So maybe just a little slight water in the center like such, roughly about maybe a 1/4 cup. Okay? Then I'm going to take my spatula and we swish that in. And we have it come around and it starts to clump up and make a nice beautiful batter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly add water until it gets to the consistency of the bread I like. You're going to see many different recipes online. So if you have any good bread recipe or any fry bread recipe that you like to use or a bannock recipe, this will also work extremely well as well. So now that I have this clumped like such, now I see it's kind of what they call a shaggy dough. Okay, so it's nice and shaggy. That oil's incorporated in there. I just have that little bit of water. So now all I want to do is just add little bits of water at a time, right? So just maybe another little tablespoon, and then same thing. I'm just going to incorporate that into there. You know, and a lot of people are going to think, as I'm mixing it through here, they're going to be like, oh, I need to add more water. I need to add more water. Okay? The only time you need to add more water is after it stops sticking together. Okay? So as you can see, there's enough moisture in there. You see, I haven't added much water, but how this is already all starting to stick together. Okay? So that's all I'm going to do is just make sure that this incorporates very well together. Okay, and the more it starts becoming more of a ball, I'm just going to start what they call kneading it together and just making sure that sticks. And now I can see that it's not, there's some stuff on the bottom here, it's really not sticking. So I'm going to take that Okay, and how this is shagging apart again. So now I know that this needs just that little bit more water, and that's exactly it. I'm just gonna add maybe another tablespoon at a time, and make sure, because if you add too much water, what's gonna happen is this is gonna become a very soggy dough. And as you see, I just added that little tablespoon of water, and how this just incorporated all together now. So, you know, it takes a little bit of practice. Like I said, if you have a recipe that you use at home that incorporates this all together, but as you see, there's no mad science behind this. It's relatively easy, okay? If you happen to put a little bit too much water in there, add a little bit of flour, you'll be okay, okay? It's nothing fancy. This is a quick, very quick fry bread, okay? This is using baking powder. So on another good thing is we don't actually have to let this rest much, okay? Because at the point of this, is as long as this is sticking together, like such, in a nice little ball, we just keep mushing that together. And what we're doing now is, now that this is all activated together, now I'm doing what they call this kneading process, where I just fold it over and squish it together. And in doing this, what it's doing is it's taking all that starch and the gluten strands that's in the flour, and it's making these stretch out now, because now you can see that this is becoming stretchy. Now I'm going to do what they call making it into the pan fried bread. So depending on the size pizza you want to make, I like little bite-sized pizzas that are not bad. Okay, so I'm going to take roughly about, let's say, a quarter of this. Okay, nice little ball. Okay, something the size of maybe a softball, you'll see right here. Okay, so I'm just going to make this into a nice little softball type area. Okay, so about the size of a softball, as you see there. Okay, so once it's about the size of a softball, then actually I can just use my hand, no fancy equipment needed here. Okay, just take my hand, my palm, and I'm just gonna stretch it out. Okay, and just stretch it out. You don't have to be too aggressive with it, because then it's gonna rip. You can use a rolling pin, obviously, but I'm trying to show you rudimentaries. Okay, this is nothing fancy, and I'm just gonna keep stretching it right down, and just using the palm of my hand and stretch it out. Okay, then we're just gonna take this beautiful piece and into our pre-warmed pan here. Careful, it can sizzle up, okay? This oil right now is at, okay, 450, okay? So this is a really hot pan. Okay, I suggest about 400 to 450 to start it off with. Okay, this is gonna be really hot when you stick it in. We're gonna hear some TV sizzle, okay? Watch. Okay, now I have enough in this pan. I have about 1/4 of an inch to about 1/8 of an inch in this cast iron pan. Okay, and this, as you see, it just kind of bubbles on top. We're going to let that fry. Hence the name fry bread. Okay, who doesn't like beautiful fried bread? Everybody loves, right? Everybody's like, oh, you're pretty much deep frying it. You are very correct. Okay. All right. There we go. Turn over. See? Nice crispy fry bread. Let that cook on that side. And with the baking powder in there, it's going to get nice and fluffy on the inside. Okay? It's going to rise a little bit. It's going to become fluffy. Okay?
Everything.
It's everything.
So it's tomato based with vinegar. We got cane sugar instead of using blackstrap molasses. I use carom molasses. There's a lot of stuff in there, bro. We got turmeric, we got fenugreek, we got ginger, onion, garlic.
Leave out some ingredients, Dave. We don't want people copying your sauce. You're allowed to leave out a couple.
You're welcome.
That's
You're
the
welcome.
key ingredients,
You're welcome
guys.
to try to copy it. The ingredients are on there.
All right, so now we see that this bread's nicely fluffed up. I'm gonna check both sides. And as such, beautiful, beautiful. As such. Then we're gonna sit this, and what we want to do is we want to let it drain a little bit on the side, okay? So it's good to have a nice little container or something to let this drip dry off a little bit. Okay, we don't have to get that all off there. Why? Because we like some of that nice oil on there and that juice, okay? So just make sure, pretty much shake it off, make sure it kind of stops dripping there, right? Not to get it over everything. Then we're gonna bring it over to our nice fry mat here. Okay. Have your wood spoon, you know, and just give it generally, right? You can add a little, you can add a lot if you like it saucy, right? Either or. Always a key ingredient for pizza is sauce to the edge, my friends. Sauce to the edge, all right? We don't do crusts here. We do sauce to the edge. Especially when you got an everything sauce on here. You want to have that. You can even put a little aside for the dippings if you want. All right? So we have our beautiful sauce to the edge. Nice and nice, and it's heated. So that's the other thing too. You want to make sure, important with this recipe, that you've preheated your sauce, because that's what's going to aid in the melting of this cheese when you first put it on here. You don't need too much. Okay, just enough to cover this beautiful, beautiful pizza. And as you can see, this sauce is definitely hot enough. It's just starting to melt that mozzarella there right now. Take this beautiful chorizo, a couple sprinkles on there. Okay. Oh yeah, making it beautiful. As such, okay. And when that's built, then we're gonna take our beautiful torch, click. Now we're just gonna torch this around the edges to give it a nice, beautiful, what they call leoparding around that edge, okay? So right from that edge, give it that beautiful leoparding, just like you'd see at the pizza shop. And then just slightly go over it, and as you see all that beautiful cheese and chorizo start to crisp up and melt there. It's quite beautiful, okay? Always make sure to keep a motion on it. You don't ever want to stop and sit in a place when you're using this butane torch. To stop is to burn, okay? If I stop moving this, it's just gonna concentrate that heat in one central spot, and it'll just burn right there, okay? We're gonna live on the edge of darkness here and get that nice and crispy. Oh yeah, can't get better than that, okay? This is a great thing to do out while you're camping as well. Okay, this is something you can do right over the campfire. It's a great picnic trick, okay? Especially with the butane torch. People love to watch. And there we are, friends. One beautifully made pan pizza. All right, guys, let's see how this tastes. What do you say? Beautiful. All right, boys, cheers. Thanks for the great opportunity, Dave. This has been beautiful. We're probably going to bang out a couple more of these because we're all some pretty hungry boys. And yeah, we're going to try some of this. Thank you very much
for tuning in. The next segment, we're going to make a lot of it, and then we're going to go out in Ferguson. You're going to meet folks out there that we're going to meet every week and talk to. And invite folks to, if anybody wants to come to our program en route in downtown Hamilton, please come see us. Thank you. Hey guys, how y'all doing? We're here right now about to do some Flamethrower Pizza, and we're here at Barton and Birch, and I'm the owner of Canokie Foods, like we spoke earlier. And this is just another recipe that you saw earlier that we're trying to come here and feed in the community and let people try out our Flamethrower Pizza. And right now we got Biplap. This is my buddy Biplap from Nepal. You'll later see him in another video where he makes some curry goat. And then we got Andrew's daughter. Tell him your name, Lauren.
Sorry, Lauren.
Oh, your name, Lauren.
This is Lauren. This is Kirsten. This is my buddy Andrew. And my other buddy over here, Erickson. Sorry, Erickson. So Erickson's going to fry up the doughs, and then he's going to pass them on, and we're going to put warm sauce on it. We're going to move them down the table, and then we're going to put cheese on them. We're going to put different meats on different ones. We'll have some cheese ones, and then folks will come and be able to choose which pizza they want. All right, I'd like to thank. So we got chorizo. This is like a luncheon chorizo that Alv's Meats gave us over there at Cannon. Yeah, like Cannon and McNabb. And here's a bunch of different sausage, breakfast sausage mixture that was given to us by Parkview Church up on the mountain in Hamilton. I got hot chorizo, I got sausage, or I got pulled pork. Pulled pork.
Oh, plates, eh?
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. So we need to turn it down and cook it longer then. Huh?
Oh, it looks really neat.
Oh, thank
What
you.
kind is it?
It's called Flamethrower Pizza.
Flamethrower. Oh,
The
thanks,
knob?
a little.
Just turn that knob, yeah, clockwise. Exactly like that guy.
No, it'll be all right.
Is it Bannock?
It's fry bread. Like Bannock's baked, but this is fry bread. I'm from Oklahoma. We fry ours. But yeah.
We'll fry ours.
Okay. So yeah, I got shortening. I don't got lard, but yeah. Doing
Lauren,
for you and
good gentleman of
Lauren, will you give Mark 2 pamphlets?
No, I have some. Taz gave me some.
Oh,
Was that the pamphlet on something?
yeah, en route. Okay, yeah. Do you have? I want the doctor to have one too, because we're.
Yeah, hopefully up there, darling. Here, I'll.
Tell her to, if you will, tell her to email me on there, because we're also going to do a big seminar on it in September, and we want medical professionals there as well.
Yeah, she'd love to do something like that. That's for her. Okay, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, guys. God bless you all.
God bless you, brother. Thank you. Right hand me, left hand she.
Sound like a tattoo. Clean hand, dirty hand.